What's happening, everybody? So in recent Mopar news, or at least Direct Connection news, Direct Connection has paired up with Leno's Garage to bring you a host of car care products that, yes, you can get at your right around the corner Direct Connection power broker. Wow, you mean AutoZone, Advanced Auto Parts, Amazon, or anybody else, chemical guys maybe, didn't want a piece of that? Are you kidding me, Dodge? This is the reason why people are leaving the brand in flocks. And the other issue that goes along with this is the simple fact that when you watch this release where you've got Tim Kuniskis and Jay Leno, and Tim's acting like this is the first time he's ever met anybody with, I don't know, more followers than some of the influencers that they seem to gleam onto for their products. Yeah, kind of interesting how just the clout ooze just starts pouring out of this guy's pores. The reality is this: Dodge is basically laughing all the way to the grave. It's the way that I see this is that when you look at how Dodge is tanking in terms of not being able to bring anything to their brand loyalists, the guys that are running around in 5.7 liter and 6.4 liter hot rods, take all the Hellcat stuff out of this conversation. To be honest with you, the Hellcat thing's pretty much played itself out at this stage of the game. But the guys that have been flying the flag the highest are the ones that are getting screwed the deepest. And unfortunately, Dodge just keeps on screwing up. You know what Dodge is reminding me of right now is a really big oafy person that is socially awkward, like makes the most wrong joke at the wrong time, the most embarrassing person to be standing next to for fear that you're going to be associated with that person at the party. That's Dodge for me right now. Dodge has absolutely lost all redeeming value for me. Just with the idea that they're calling this new SUV thing that's taken the Durango's place a Stealth. Such a storied brand name for Dodge in general, and you're going to associate that with that car. I mean, a lot of people freaked out about the Mustang name being used with Ford's whole thing with their EV, but this is almost as bad. Some may argue it's even worse. The announcement of the Challenger and Charger going away with the introduction of a ton of way overpriced sticker packages on non-upgraded, in terms of powertrain at least, cars. And couple all of that with a complete divorcing again from anything that had something to do with a naturally aspirated variant is making guys look at the brand completely differently now. And I can tell you that personally, I don't really feel that attracted to, much less loyal to, the brand of Dodge or to Mopar in general. I understand that it is me, Mopar Chat Live, and I'm not going to stop talking about Mopars. I still am a big fan of the cars that they used to make. I'm a big fan of the cars and the image that they used to have. And for all of that, I'm very thankful for what you guys have been able to offer to me as, you know, this community that we've been able to build together. But the reality is this, guys: Dodge is looking way over the horizon for what, no pun intended, by the way, but way over the horizon at we don't even know what. Dodge is giving us nothing interesting to talk about, whether it's a new Hurricane inline 6 powered vehicle or some kind of a derivative hybrid platform. We're getting nothing. We're only being shown that Banshee thing, which is supposed to be, at least my understanding of it, is it's a chimera platform, meaning that it can either be an internal combustion, a hybrid internal, or a full EV. Well, that's great, but the problem is that we're not seeing any further development other than them just wheeling this concept car out for all the world to see. Or at least be offended by, because to some people's eyes, that car looks incredibly amateurish. And by the way, last I checked, weren't we supposed to have that car in full production by 2024? At least that was the goal. And now there's absolutely no way possible that's going to be the reality that we get to work with. So what's for the future of Dodge? Well, we don't know. That's the issue. This whole brotherhood that we keep hearing about, this narrative of we're all in this together as rebels, well, the problem is that if everybody's a rebel, then nobody's a rebel. And since Dodge is following in lockstep with any mandate that the man is putting forth at this stage of the game, That's a real problem for me and a real problem for a lot of purists. A lot of folks want to see Dodge do something interesting, cool with that new Hurricane Inline 6, whether it's the 400 horse or the 500 horse variant. We are dying to see something cool, something if you want to hang your hat on a retro platform, take a no look further than the Starion or the Eagle Talon. Those types of cars from back in the 80s were unbelievably just excellent examples of a product that punched way heavier than their weight class. Dodge has a great opportunity to reinvigorate the Cold War kids of the era, since now they are all of a certain age that the folks were back in 2008 when they were starting to release these 60s era cars. Well, we're coming in on 20 years past that here in not the distant future. So, guys, for me, I'm just sorry to say this, but Dodge has pretty much run its course with me. I don't feel like Dodge is in it for the brotherhood anymore. They're not even believing in their own marketing. They're clout chasing with wax and soap. I mean, seriously, who is going to go to their direct connection dealer to get wax or soap for their car or truck? Yeah, speaking of trucks, weren't we supposed to get a truck variant with that Hurricane Inline 6? I guess that's a story for another video. Guys, post up your comments. Let me know what you think about where Dodge is heading. With that, that's a wrap. Adios.